I'm Gwyn.
And I'm Sean.
And we are
2/5 of Frayle.
2/5 of Frayle. We just wanted to get in front of you today and just kind of tell you about the LP that we just released, 1692, talk a little bit about the songs and how they came to be.
So first song on the record is an intro. I think it was the last thing we actually wrote for the record. We wrote everything over a period of a year and a half, almost 2 years. And when we were all done, we had, 15 songs. And we whittled it down to the actual songs that made the record, but I think we still wanted an intro. So it was another opportunity to just pile on a bunch of guitars using a bunch of different amps, which is always fun. And then, I played it for Gwyn, and then she came up with the lyrics for it.
So for me, the intro, as normal, is kind of about encompassing everything, all the feelings and thoughts that went into the writing of the album. It was kind of a denouement, but it was also something where I wanted to set the tone and say, anybody that has felt persecuted or anybody that's felt on the outside, I want to give you a big warm hug, and it's time to rise up and be counted. And that's kind of what Arise is about. I really wanted the album to be kind of a love poem for those who have felt pushed out.
Next song, the first actual song on the record, is 1692.
So 1692 was written from the point of view of a witch awaiting her trial. She feels persecuted and abandoned by her faith. She wants to try to forgive the people that have accused her because she still wants to be a really good person. And it's just about feeling abandoned or feeling abandoned by your faith or abandoned by people who you thought you could believe.
So the music for 1692 was written probably a year and a half ago. I got a pedal from this company, Occult Effects, and the pedal was called 1692. It's just kind of like a boost with some gain, which for you non-guitar people just means it puts a lot of shit into the front end of your guitar amp and makes it, in what I call flooding it. It gets really thick. So as soon as I got it, I plugged it into this Laney combo amp that I have, and just cranked it. And the first thing that I played was the riff for 1692. Sometimes things just happen. So I recorded it, and that recording of those guitars are what's actually on the record. So we have our studio set up so that demos or the first thing that happens sometimes actually makes it on the record, because it's the same signal chain that we would use when we do things for real. So those guitars are within the first 5 minutes of getting that pedal.
So the next song on the album is Gods of No Faith.
This song we wrote in fragments, and we started thinking that it would be cool to do a collaboration with somebody. We had a couple different conversations going on, and what ended up happening was a good friend of mine, Jason Popson, from Cleveland, came by and in an hour bashed out the chorus and tweaked the lyrics. I think his lyrics are awesome. He read what Gwyn wrote and just kind of added to it. And that guy is like world-class yeller. He's awesome to work with.
And we were both really excited when Jason agreed to do it, because his voice is one that I'm really in love with. I think he's got a really awesome tone. The lyrics of the song are about how we are our own gods, and you can make your own world around you. You just have to have the correct mindset. Some people use crystals, herbs, whatever else to get into that mindset, but the end-all be-all is getting into that frame of mind where you know that you can create your own world. You can take the bad and make it good. It's just all about having the best possible frame of mind, and you create your world with that. Raise high your fist in grief and bear the
So next song on the record, mini song, is Monsters, which is performed by my daughter Nina.
Monsters was just, again, playing off the theme of those who have been called names, those who have been pushed to the outside. It's time to rise up and be counted. This is a little bit more violent, I guess, than, I don't want anyone to go and split anyone's head with an axe, but it was just kind of a fun little interlude between some pretty dark songs.
The little monsters at our door laugh at us and call us whores. Take an axe and split their head, laugh at them because now they're dead.
And then next is Darker Than Black.
Darker Than Black was, again, written for people who feel like they're on the outside. It's kind of a theme, as you can see. But this, I really wanted it to be kind of an anthem. It actually has one of my favorite lines on the album, which is, in between the shadows and the light, I'm what goes bump in the night. And that's just me saying, I'm there for you, I get your back, let's do this.
So guitars in this song, I remember playing the riff for Gwyn before I even recorded it, and she was just sitting next to me, and I just kind of came up with I think it was the chorus, and she was just like, that's amazing, just whatever that, just do that. So I made a song out of that, and the way it drops to halftime, I'm pretty stoked on it. It's pretty heavy, and it's probably the more energetic songs that we have currently, especially live. I get tired the most after that one, headbang. But yeah, we're pretty excited about it.
So the next song on the album is called Dead Inside.
So when I first wrote the riff for this song, it was called Cure Song. I guess it reminded me of The Cure for some reason, so that was the working title for a while. The verse and the chorus, as far as music was concerned, came together pretty quickly. And then I made a little rough edit and showed it to Gwyn.
Lyrically, I think just immediately when he played it, I just immediately thought, I feel dead inside. And, I think we've all kind of had times where we feel dead inside, or we feel like things can't get any better. And so sometimes, we even think about, gosh, it's not going to get any better. Maybe I should just end it now. It's very heavy lyrical content, so I'm glad that it was on a lighter feeling song, so that it didn't get too bogged down and depressing. But the chorus has, her seeking salvation, so it's not completely depressing.
Also got to show off my Afterneath pedal from Earthquaker, which is like one of my favorite ones. So there's a lot of spooky guitar stuff happening, and that's the Afterneath going nuts. Next song on the record is Burn.
So Burn actually has some of the more uplifting lyrics for me. It's written about, you're going to get hurt. You're going to get hurt over and over again. And it's up to you to get back up and just do it again. So another one of my favorite lines on the album is crowned with thorns, but still a queen. And that what that says to me is that you're going to get hurt. You're going to get shoved down. You're going to get pushed around, but you're still a fucking queen. So get up and reign, bitch.
So musically, this song is kind of one of those, for me, like Radiohead creep moments where you hear the feedback come in before the chorus just kind of takes off. And I did that using this pedal that Brooks from Blackhawk Amplifiers made that just, again, floods the amp this in a different way than the occult effects pedal. And so it just made the feedback on the chorus just sort of take off like a rocket. So I was just really excited about the way that how thick everything came in, and then showed it to Gwyn, and then she wrote lyrics over it. But that sort of feedback into the chorus taking off was something that I've always wanted to do, and this, I guess, was the song that happened on.
The next song on the album is Godless.
This one was, I think musically was one of the slower ones to come together, where there might have been a couple different verse chorus combinations until I was ready to show it to the class, which is Gwyn's the class. The video that we just did for it kind of changed what the song, like the level of intensity of the song for me. It's weird when when it's your own stuff, you can get stuck having the same perspective on it, and then every once in a while something will shift that perspective, which is cool because then you get to view it as a listener or someone on the outside. And the video that we did for that kind of did that for me. It kind of elevated the song and made it a lot more intense. So now when it comes up on the record, I hear it differently, which is pretty cool. Good job in the video.
Godless is a song about how sometimes we can make big deals out of things that aren't really big deals, and we'll sit and ruminate and think that things are so much better elsewhere, or somebody else has it so much better than we do. It's okay to fall. It's okay to walk among the blessed, unblessed, but you have to get yourself out of that, and you can do that through your mindset and your frame of mind.
Sometimes I feel so insecure. Sometimes
The next song is If You Stay.
If You Stay was the last song that we wrote, other than the intro for the record. Heavy guitars again, and one of the things that I wanted to do with one of the songs in the record was end with all the guitars on 11, but drop everything else out. I just thought that would be an interesting ending, rather than the big build-up that has happened on other songs where drums and bass and everything are kicking. And this is just like winning guitars at the end, which I think is pretty cool.
Lyrically, If You Stay is about someone who's had her heart broken. She loves him, but she knows that he's no good for her. She's gonna let him back in, but if he's gonna stay, she's gonna make him bleed. The last song on the record is Stab.
And so this song started just me, guitar, and one pedal going through an amp, which is an Earthquaker depths pedal, which is a vibe pedal. And one of the things I like to do is if there's a pedal that has any effect that is sort of time-based, or you hear it swell and like kind of, there's bumps like a tremolo with the cutting the volume in steps, or the depths where it's kind of like swelling, I'll play to the tempo of that swell. So I set the pedal to a tempo that I felt comfortable with, and then the note changes that I'm making are in time with what that vibe pedal is doing. So whenever I can do that, I like to try to, again, play off any kind of tempo-based effect that a pedal can make, and that's what this song is. So it's just that in a minor, spooky, basic, heavy chord progression with the pedal doing all the heavy lifting on it.
For me, this is one of the easiest songs to write. I think Sean was away. I don't remember where he went, but I know you were away for the weekend, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna finish this bloody song if it kills me. And it really wasn't difficult at all, which normally for me, writing songs is like giving birth. It's like pulling teeth. It's painful for me sometimes. This song, everything just flowed. I knew exactly what I wanted to do, and the lyrics just came like that. It's about how I would feel after leaving Mass. Sometimes being brought up very, very Catholic, I would just leave church feeling eviscerated, and I'm not sure if empathically I was feeling other people's, feelings, because I'm usually a pretty positive person. But I could just feel like it just felt icky being there. And so this is just describing me leaving there and just wanting to get out and stab something. So I think that's it on the album, yeah?
Yeah, that's all of them. Overall, took us like a year and a half to write everything. Some songs came together pretty quick. Some songs took a long time. Lots and lots of trips down to the car, driving around the neighborhood, listening to mixes, because we recorded, mixed, and mastered everything ourselves. So it was, what we sent to our labels is what was going to get put out there. So we wanted to make sure that it was the best possible job that we can do. So we really slaved over this stuff for, a long time. And, Gwen spent a lot of time doing vocals, where she makes me go downstairs because I'm not allowed to be up here when she records. So sometimes I am, but it's very rare. And so I kind of leave her alone, let her do her thing, and then she does the same thing for me when we're doing guitars. Unless she really hates something, then she'll come up and she'll do it.
I'll definitely.
But yeah, we hope you guys enjoy it, and hopefully we'll, as things move along with the record, we'll be able to get on the road and get back over to Europe, and let you guys hear these songs live.
Yeah, leave us a comment. Let us know which song is your favorite and why you like it. And other than that, we really appreciate you guys taking the time and listening to us babble on. So thank you.
Thanks.